Yesterday, we had early screenings for Captain Marvel, and in this video, I wanted to break down a common question following having seen the movie. That question being every connection that Captain Marvel has to Avengers Endgame. A lot of people are really just interested in seeing Endgame itself, and not really going out of their way to see Captain Marvel. So because of that, I'm making this video that will explain every connection that Captain Marvel will have to Avengers Endgame. So if you guys do not wish to see the movie, you can be kept up to date without seeing Captain Marvel. Again guys, the Infinity Gauntlet giveaway still continues, but you guys should know the rules, so let's go ahead and jump in with the video. Of course, obvious spoilers will follow. In Captain Marvel, we learn exactly how Nick Fury gets the pager that he has at the end of Infinity War, the one that he of course uses to call Captain Marvel before he's snapped away. We learn that originally he has a pager, but that Carol Danvers takes away from him after he calls S.H.I.E.L.D. to apprehend her. At this point in the movie, the two don't really trust each other, so Carol takes away his pager. At the end of the movie though, after Captain Marvel has taken out the Kree threat, she again re-gifts Nick Fury the pager. This time though, it's been updated with Kree and alien technology, as Carol explains that it can now reach her from galaxies away. At the end of the movie, it becomes Carol's job to stop the war between the Kree and the Skrulls, as we learn that the Skrulls are actually innocent and essentially the good guys. Therefore, the reason Captain Marvel has been gone for so long and doesn't appear in any of the other Marvel movies is because she's out there fighting against the Kree and essentially trying to find the Skrulls a new home. This is why Nick Fury is given the pager only for extreme reasons. The next big connection is of course the post-credit scene for Captain Marvel, which is likely a scene directly lifted from Avengers Endgame. The scene starts off with the Avengers looking at the pager, as of course Nick Fury was snapped away. For some reason, it stops transmitting, to which the Avengers are trying to get it going again. However, right as Black Widow is about to exit the room, Captain Marvel appears, asking where Nick Fury is. It's important to note here that Captain Marvel's costume is similar but different than what we see her wear at the end of the movie. At this point in time, Carol has been gone for several years, in other galaxies, fighting unknown threats. What we also learned though is that Captain Marvel is with the Avengers maybe even before the events of Avengers Endgame. As we see in the post-credit scene, Captain America still has his beard, which he has in none of the trailers for Endgame. This means that officially Captain Marvel is a part of the team before even Tony Stark is rescued from space, and that Carol is with the Avengers when Endgame starts. The scene also establishes that Carol Danvers is not aware of the snap. It's unknown though if she knows about Thanos, but I would venture a guess that she might. Another huge connection between Captain Marvel and the Avengers is in Captain Marvel, it's eventually discovered that Carol Danvers got her powers from the Space Stone, or how they call it in the movie, the Cosmic Cube or the Tesseract. She gets it by absorbing the power of a lightspeed engine that the other Kree warrior Mar-Vell created using the Space Stone, in hopes of creating intergalactic travel for the Skrulls, and to help the Skrulls finally escape the Kree. What's awesome about this is we know other characters in the MCU that have derived their powers from Infinity Stones, but Captain Marvel is the first that we know that got her powers from the Space Stone. The other massively powerful character that got their powers from an Infinity Stone though is Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch, who in Age of Ultron we discovered got her powers from the Mind Stone, as she was experimented on by Hydra. This is an interesting touch in the MCU, as now we have two characters with essentially the power of the Infinity Stones. We saw Scarlet Witch hold back Thanos in Avengers Infinity War, but by the looks of it, Carol Danvers is Scarlet Witch's powers, but on a different level. As to why this is, we're not really sure just yet, but I hope the MCU explains it later on. Another big connection that we learned is that Carol Danvers was actually the inspiration for the Avengers Initiative, and that at the end of the movie, Nick Fury renames the Protective Initiative to the Avengers Initiative, as the Avenger was the name of Carol Danvers' jet when she was a part of the Air Force. Carol Danvers also inspired Nick Fury to look for other superpowered beings after Captain Marvel leaves the planet at the end of the movie, thus leading Nick Fury to search for other heroes that can protect them while she's gone. The final piece is an introduction to a new hero, but in a very small form in Captain Marvel. In the movie, Carol Danvers' best friend Maria has a daughter named Monica. Monica will actually later go on to become the superhero known as Spectrum, a superhero that can control electromagnetic energies. Of course, because of the time jump, Monica could later be introduced into the MCU as a full-fledged hero, as Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, so it's a pretty sure bet that Monica will return yet again, maybe in a Captain Marvel sequel, or possibly even in Avengers Endgame. But those were all the major connections between Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame that you guys need to know. Again, if you're only interested in seeing Endgame but don't want to be lost going into it. But leave your thoughts on this in the comments down below, and ultimately, what are your final thoughts thoughts on the movie Captain Marvel. Did you guys like it, and where do you rank it in MCU movies? Again, my friends, I'll do my best to keep you up to date with everything MCU related, especially Avengers Endgame. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribe to join the team, and have a great day.